Excessively processed food? Simply refuse. Ultra-processed foods, or UPFs, may increase the risk of stroke and cognitive decline, according to recent studies. No matter if it's in the form of cereal, like my childhood favorite, Cap'n Crunch, snack foods like Cheetos, entrees, like hot dogs, or desserts, like Twinkies, Americans and most countries today are obsessed with ultra-processed cuisine. The regards. Reasons for geographic and racial differences in Stroke Project, a longitudinal study of non-Hispanic Black and white Americans aged 45 and older, provided data for this well-designed observational study. Initial enrollment for the study took place between 2003 and 2007. Upon receiving a series of questionnaires, participants were asked to rate their health, nutrition, exercise, body mass index, education, income, usage of alcohol, mood, and other parameters. Furthermore, memory and language exams were given on a regular basis. Based on the quality of the information from the questionnaires and tests, data from 20,243 and 14,175 participants, respectively, were deemed to be usable to analyze the risk of stroke and cognitive impairment. Of the sample, about 1/3 identified as Black, and the other 2/3 mostly identified as white. The following are the study's conclusions. 1. The author's data showed that a mere 10% increase in the consumption of ultra-processed meals was linked to a considerably higher risk of stroke and cognitive impairment. 2. Consuming foods that have been minimally or not at all processed has been linked to a decreased risk of cognitive impairment. And finally, those who identified as Black had a higher risk of stroke from ultra-processed foods than did those who identified as white. In comparison to study participants who followed similar healthy diets but consumed more ultra-processed foods, individuals who reported following a healthy diet such as a Mediterranean, DASH, or MIND diet, and consuming fewer ultra-processed foods showed to preserve superior brain function. Why could eating a lot of processed food be detrimental to your brain? The following are some rational biological explanations. Number 1. UPFs are mostly made up of processed carbs, which digest into simple sugars relatively quickly. This is similar to consuming a lot of candy. These sugar overloads result in insulin spikes, which can change how normally brain cells work. Secondly, consuming highly processed food is connected to an increased risk of obesity and metabolic syndrome, two well-known diseases that are linked to high blood pressure, abnormal blood lipid levels, and type 2 diabetes. Thirdly, ultra-processed foods contain unhealthy additives that alter their flavor, texture, color, or sweetness. These chemicals alter the gut's flora and may promote inflammation in the gut, which may result in 1. The generation of metabolites like lipopolysaccharides and short-chain fatty acids produced by the microbiome that may have an impact on brain function. 2. Leaky gut, which permits toxins and inflammatory chemicals to pass through the bloodstream and reach the brain. 3. Changed serotonin and other neurotransmitter functions which can directly affect mood and thought. 4. Elevated cortisol levels that resemble long-term stress, which can have a direct impact on the function of the frontal lobe and hippocampus, influencing memory and executive function, respectively. 5. The transfer of inflammatory chemicals from the gut to the brain, which raises the risk of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and other neurodegenerative disorders. So finally, people who eat ultra-processed meals frequently feel hungry soon afterward due to their low nutritional value, which can result in overeating and its negative effects. Stay away from processed foods, which include prepared meals and frozen dinners, processed meats like hot dogs and bologna, packaged chocolates and candies, instant noodles and soups, ready-to-eat meals and frozen dinners, and other snack and bread items. Eat lightly or no processed foods such as fish, olive oil, avocados, whole fruits and vegetables, nuts, legumes, and whole grains, along with a nutritious Mediterranean diet. We care about your general health. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more healthcare-related content. Thank you. WiseWORLD Healthcare.